If you think there's a problem with self-development girlies, keep listening. No, don't get me wrong. I love seeing women being successful in a self-development niche and whatever niche. I think as women, we need to support each other when we are happy, sad, angry, burnout. And I think self-development girlies do that by giving us useful advices. But there is a dark side to it if you dive deeper. My first point is that they aren't healed as they pretend to be. As a person with childhood trauma, I can see that some of the advices come from their deepest wounds, and these toxic advices that they give us are the shields because they are trying to prevent themselves from getting hurt again. If you apply all these self-development advices coming from people with childhood trauma, yes, you will less likely get hurt, but you will hurt other people. Personally, I used to always watch self-development videos, especially made by women, because I love women. And I would not always use my critical thinking when hearing all of the advices. So I would isolate myself a lot because some of them preach hyper independence. I would not reply to text because I didn't want to, and I was like, they can wait. So you can say I was self-centered. Just know that it is okay if you fell into this trap of believing that these toxic advices are good for your life, because I did it myself. But now you know that you need to use critical thinking before deciding to apply an advice that you've heard online in your life. Self-hyper-independence is the extreme need to often avoid being hurt, disappointed, or vulnerable with others. This is what some of these women preach online, but it is often labeled as being a girl boss because not needing and not asking for help is seen as empowering. But to me, it is just fear. It's coming from fear. These types of advices are born from the trauma. And I think that being hyper independent is not a strength, it's a weakness. Because this is not normal to not get attached to people, to not want and need help, because this is just not human. You can live your whole life being strong, being fearless all the time. When I first heard this idea of hyper independency, I thought that it was really a great idea because this way I wouldn't get hurt again, I wouldn't get sad again. And still to this day, I unconsciously try to not get attached to people too much, and my brain often tells me, what if they hurt you? Don't get too attached. And it tried to protect me because when I love someone, I love very hard. But I did choose to let me feel things. Yes, I've been hurt, but I'm not dead. If you went through or still are going through this phase of hyper-dependency and it is actually hurting you, please stop. You don't have to do that to be a high-value woman. Just let yourself feel, and if you're hurting, that's okay, because the hurt will make you stronger, I promise. My third point is that influencers glamorize the grind, the healing process. Working toward your goals and healing your traumas by doing shadow work doesn't look like what you see on social media at all. And some self-development influencers make it look like it's always an amazing experience where you just have to work toward your goals, where you just have to work toward the best version of yourself with peace of mind because you know you'll get there if you truly want it. But if you do shadow work, you just end up crying on the floor, thinking that because you acknowledge your traumas, you are healed from them. But me, I don't believe in that. I don't even believe that you can heal from your traumas. I just think you go through relationship, romantic or not, and you make mistakes and you learn from them. The mistake that come from your traumas or not, and then you change yourself. And when you work towards your goals, it comes with fear of failing, fear of success, and self-doubt. And influencers don't show that. Personally, I used to believe that shadow work could heal me, but it did not. It reminded me of everything I did not need to be reminded of. And I was crying a lot, but I was still not healed. I used to believe that shadow work could heal me, but it did not. Instead, it reminded me of everything I did not need to be reminded of. I was crying a lot and I was still not healed. And while working toward my goals, I go through a lot of self doubt and just moments where I don't feel working towards them because everything in my life is draining me. So please don't believe everything you see on social media. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please subscribe, like and comment if you liked it, and see you in the next one. Bye.